I do not know what has come over me, but I am pretty obsessed with working in the garden. Nothing gets me excited like a good day of yard work. I don't know who I am. Is this what 30 is like? Today we're going to be planting some Superbena verbena whiteouts that I found at Lowe's. I feel like it was a lucky find. These are pretty popular. I'm also going to finish my drip irrigation system today. This is what the Superbena verbena looks like when it is, I just planted this a couple weeks ago. It has several buds on it. The two I found here at Lowe's that I'm going to plant right now, they're a little questionable. I don't really see any new growth, but there is green, so I am hopeful. I found these on, seriously, at the back of a shelf. And I don't even know how I found them. I was just rummaging around and got lucky. I've looked at a lot of different stores and garden centers in our area. Could not find these. So I feel pretty lucky that I found them. I think after today, I'm going to finish the drip irrigation, and then I really need to focus on getting some mulch. I still am unsure what kind of mulch I'm going to get. I don't know. What's your preference? I've heard the black isn't as good and you should go with natural, but then I see people with, I prefer the black mulch because when it's fresh, it just makes everything else look crisp and clean. I don't know. We have more wood chip style down in the woods, but I do like black up here because I like the color and I like the way that it pops. I don't know. What's your preference? It's kind of hard to dig up in this area because everything's just kind of wet. We've had a lot of rain. But I'm going to go ahead and get these dug in here pretty deep. Because if they have any chance of surviving, they need to be deep. The time has come that I need to finish this drip line. So I need to gather my supplies. This is my 1/4 inch tubing. This is the drip line. And then I have the tube cutter thing. I don't even know what the technical terms are for these. And I need to get as much of the drip line set up myself that I can. Now I will say I changed my method halfway through this, because I'm a person that doesn't know what I'm doing, okay? I started this one way, and the little pieces that go into the tubing were very hard to get in. And so I ended up coming up with a shortcut so that I did not have to do a step where I make the connect the loops. I'll show you that here in a little bit. But I did shortcut the way I was doing it, and it made it go a little faster once I got the hang of it. What are you doing? So this is where I began to run into some issues. As you can see, I'm really struggling to connect the tubing. Now on all of the garden of pink flowers and all the little plants that I've covered so far, I did one loop with a T in it. Chubbs really helped me the first time connect these, and this time I'm struggling and I have to do it myself. So this is me realizing I need to figure out a better way to do this and just get started out there connecting it to the half-inch drip line. So I'm going to go ahead and head that way, and we will get started. There's a lot of things I'm sure of about this drip line, to be quite honest with you. I do feel like I've used all the right connections. I'm just not certain that, mulch and dirt aren't going to get clogged in this very easily. Luckily for me, it's rained a lot, so I haven't had to use it that often or rely on it. I have used it a few times, but I haven't relied on it as my full source of water because we've actually had almost too much rain for some of my areas. Especially, I think, the pink annuals in the front. At some point during this process, I dropped that T, and I've just been using this connector to connect all of the lines, connect it to the half-inch drip line that runs directly from the hose line. And then I've been just using this because I can put this together. The T is so tight, I cannot connect it. However, this one is way easier. I do have to use my t-shirt, as you can see here, to kind of get a grip. And you kind of have to wiggle it. There is a little trick to it. But once you get the hang of it, then I started going through this process way smoother. This is a goof plug. It's just a little plug that goes in if you make a mistake or you want to plug a hole. You can just plug that right in there. This is what I just basically ran my drip line as a loop around the plant, and I put a goof plug at the end. I was overcomplicating it with the T's, and the goof plug at the end, that will be enough for me. Maybe this will be my kryptonite. Maybe this will be the thing that ruins the whole drip line. I'm not certain. I may need to hire somebody if this doesn't work. Right there, and push that T in. I realize this is not the best angle, but it was very hard for me to show you how this works because this is how I have to hold it. I had to crumble up my t-shirt because it was so hard to push in, and you can see here, I kind of had to wiggle it to get it to go, but I could actually get it in. The tees, there was no way. I was never getting those fully on and fully sealed, but these ones, I can do these ones. So like I said, I attached these directly into the 1/2 inch line. These ones are a little longer because they have to run back to the plant. So on the end of this is where I would connect the drip line, but if I was going just directly to the plant, I could just go directly into the 1/2 inch drip, the 1/2 inch line to the drip line directly to the plant and just twist it around and stake it in. Like I said, this may be the wrong way. You may be watching this and being like, this girl, she's going to have so many problems. I'm not certain, okay? I'm just doing what is easiest for me to get this done right now. As you can see, I'm too lazy to even go get a shovel. Oh, I actually did get one to cut out a little area to get it put on the ground. So let me go ahead and finish this up. I'm just over it. I want it done. Oh, this is almost done. I'm going to be done. I need stakes tomorrow, and that's it. As always, this DIY drip irrigation system took me much longer than I anticipated, but it is done now, at least in this middle section. Now I need to focus on picking out my mulch. Now that the drip line's done, I need to focus on cleaning out some of this excess dirt and mulch. When I dug all these plants in this season, I've had some piles in some areas. So I need to clean some of it out so I can make room for whatever I'm going to add here. Like I've said before in my other videos, I'm really up in the air on what type of mulch I'm going to use. Yesterday I was at a cookout and someone was telling me that they just use compost. So now that gave me another idea. Maybe I should just use compost in this area. I don't know. It's a hard decision. What do you all use? Help me out. I cannot decide. There are some large holes down in my woodland garden from where I transplanted some plants. So I'm going to take some of this dirt and mulch and just pile it in this hole down here just to fill it in because it's huge. I'm going to go ahead and use my hoe and just kind of move the mulch around a little bit. I will say this is why I don't really want to use black mulch, is because it kind of clumps together. A lot of times it'll clump together. I can pull it out in big chunks and there's mold all over it. Down by the woodland garden, we just used basic wood chips and it does not seem to have the same issues. That's why I'm leaning towards a more natural color, and then now the compost, because I know the compost will break down. And part of me is wondering if the compost will help this black mulch break down. I have no idea. I'm just going to have to go to the store and look around and see my options and make a game time decision. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. I just started posting a few weeks ago, and the amount of love and support I've received, I am absolutely so appreciative. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.